Hey YouTube, welcome to 2025. I just wanted to come and chit chat for a little bit, talk about what 2024 taught me. The lessons, the blessings, the trials, the tribulations, the ebbs, the flows, all of the things that I learned and experienced and got through in 2024. When you see this face, this person, all of this, I am a product of grace. I'm so glad that God saw fit to give me grace to make it through 2024. Oh gosh, I experienced some things, learned some lessons in family, friends, and marriage, business, just in all areas of life. I experienced some things that should have taken me out, but by the grace of God, I'm still here. And I'm here to encourage someone else to be a vision of what perseverance looked like, a vision of being stronger than, pushing through all of the things. I am a vision of that. A lot of people don't know exactly what I experienced last year. I am okay, I'm fine. It's just a story. It's just a part of me, a part of my past. I always say life is the longest form of education you will have. And as long as you keep living, you're gonna keep learning. And with that comes trials and tribulations. It's not meant to be good all the time. You gotta go through something to grow. You know, you gotta be given the ability to gain strength and knowledge in order to keep going and to bring someone else up with you. But I'm okay. I'm not complaining. I'm very good. Trust me when I say I'm good. I come from a praying family. We are all believers. I was raised in a way where my faith is stronger than any obstacle that I could be experiencing, and to be an overcomer by any means necessary. I have sat and heard stories and experiences that other people are experiencing in life. They're going through good and bad. And sometimes when you're sharing your good things, we don't realize that the people on the receiving end may be experiencing life trials and tribulations, and it just may be heavy to hear your goodness. It's not that they're mad or can't celebrate you. It's just that they may be experiencing something and that ain't the time or the place. Now, with that being said, it is not our fault. It is nobody's fault. It's not to say you need to change or reevaluate or redirect in any way. Share your goodness, because if people love you, they want to be happy for you and they want to hear it. Like, I'm one of those people that I get happy when I hear about what other people are going through positively. Like, I celebrate that as if I'm experiencing it with them, because that is a loved one, family, friend, whatever. If you're going through something great, I love that. I love that. I love it. So I want to hear about the goodness, but also with what I do as a hairstylist, you would think it's all fun and games, but sometimes it gets heavy. I work with a lot of women, and in my particular salon, I get a lot of educators and counselors and whatnot. So a lot of stuff that hit before it hits the news, or that hits the news in regards to children, I hear about it first, or I know a little more detail because I am working with the people who are directly in the midst of those things, whether they are the counselor, the law enforcement, the teacher, the whoever is directly involved in it. I'm usually the person doing their hair or their makeup or something, and so I get to hear the bad side of it, and some of it is terrible, just terrible, and I have to learn how to not carry that. That is the issue that I have. It's not, when it comes to children, I have a soft spot. I have a serious, it's ridiculous, and I have to remember that all of it is not my weight to carry. That is hard for me. That is a difficult one for me because I want to fix it, and I am unable to fix everything. But personally, I went through some things that should have destroyed me, should have destroyed my marriage, should have destroyed my household, my family, and all of the things. But we are all still here. So to me, that is a laugh in the face of the devil and all of his tricks. And that is a laugh in the face of those who tried to destroy us, because we are here and we're stronger. It only made us stronger, all of the things that we went through. And I am very pro-marriage. It's difficult. It's hard. It is so hard. It is a decision that you have to get up and make every day. Now, I'm a realist, and I live in unpopular opinions. And with marriage, yes, I enjoy and love being married. I love my husband, but sometimes you will not love your spouse. Sometimes you won't be able to look at them. Sometimes you don't want them there. But you have to make the decision every day to love your spouse. You gotta love your spouse. That is what strength looks like, right? A lot of people say, oh, I don't want to suffer and I don't want to do this and that. And I don't remember marriage being, I was one of those people who doted, and I bragged about not being a child of divorce and seeing marriage in my family. Everybody was married in my family. I never saw, divorce. I never saw the bad side. And it wasn't until I hit my 40s and I began talking to my elders, more recently, my aunt, I learned a lot of things about those perfect marriages. They weren't so perfect. I remember growing up, never seeing my grandparents drink, and my aunt was like, oh, for shit sure they were drinking, excuse my language. They had a drink or two here and there right in my face, and I never realized it. Now, the way that I was raised is a child is in a child's business, and when adult conversation is happening, you are not to be around or in the room. And so what they did was none of my business. I never paid attention to that aspect. I just knew that I loved them and they loved me. And I learned so much from them, but they had a lot of trial and tribulations in their marriage. And so I grew up with this fairy tale that it's supposed to be perfect all the time. Mind you, I've been married before. My mom's ex-husband, who was the man that raised me, was a wonderful father to us. Now, did he have hiccups? Yes, he did a lot of bad things, but he showed up and he showed out as a father. And I had other men in my life who had a hand in raising me. My stepfather, I affectionately call him OG, because that's what he is, has never left my life, has always been a part of my life. To this day, I can call him. He's gonna pick up. All of the men who had a hand in raising me, who was there, my uncles, some of my former best friends, and I say formers because, as you transition through life, we're still close, or like if we were to talk today, it'd be like no time is left. But life goes on and you grow in different directions because of that, and because I'm a woman and they're men, sometimes that those friendships can't withstand the reality of life, right? Nothing bad happened, it's just life is lifing. They taught me and showed me how a woman should be treated, right? So when I got to the dating part and even the marriage part, although I've had failed marriages prior to this one, the first marriage shouldn't have happened. We were friends. We did it out for convenience, for benefits and whatnot, not sexual, just benefits. The second marriage, I was hoping to postpone for as long as I could, but I didn't. Now, here's a little caveat. I've never been the type of person who required or desired marriage. If it happened, it did. If it didn't, fine. I would just be the auntie that traveled a lot and did, I never require a relationship. I've never been that person who, I can't wait to get a husband, and and no shade to the women who do that, because you deserve that and you will get that. But I never required that. However, I have been blessed to be able to experience it. And I've always had a standard, because that's the way that I was raised. And for the most part, I got those things, but there was infidelity. There was my first husband, he was an island man from the East Coast in the military, so there was a whole cultural thing in all of the things. My second husband, to this day, we're thick as thieves and close as hell. We have children together. We raised them, co-parents. We do well co-parenting. And my husband now is a growing thing. So we're in our age. We're in the age where we have our ways, and we have to learn to bend and balance and meet in the middle. And that is a hurdle that, we will forever have, because no matter how long you've been with someone, it's still two human beings trying to cohabitat and live as one. And realistically, you're always going to be two separate human beings that's connected at the heart, who stood before God and made a promise, a covenant, right? So the thing is, I have to wake up and choose him, and he has to wake up and choose me every day, even when we don't feel like it. If that exists, if those times exist, we have to wake up and choose each other. We have to respect each other, and sometimes we gotta put the other one first. It's never 50-50, and if you think of it that way, you may fail in marriage. You have to find where you can service your partner and fill those spaces, and it's not easy. It's just not easy. Is it fun? Oh my God, I have the best time with my husband. I prefer to hang out with my husband, but it's not always roses and butterflies. We got through 2024, and then there's the family stuff, which is hard because I love family. If I had it my way, we would all live on a farm or something and just all be together all the time. But as you grow, as you become your own person, as you learn things for yourself, your personality adjusts accordingly. And sometimes, it just doesn't work out for everyone. I have 3 siblings, all girls. My mother had 4 girls. I'm the oldest child. And we don't always get along. And sometimes it's hard because I feel like those should have been my best friends. We can laugh, we can joke, we can get together. We were all raised in the same home, but we came out 4 different people. We did. And sometimes it just doesn't work out to where we get along all the time. And that's okay. You still gotta love people for who they are. And sometimes it's hard, but you gotta meet people where they are. It is what it is. Hopefully you learn that as you get older. Like right now, I would love to go to a family reunion. I haven't been to one in quite some time. It'd be beautiful just to go be around family and get recharged, but sometimes it's just not possible. So I spend time with family when and where I can, when it is available to me. When we move back into another home, I will be hosting and doing things and inviting family. I would love for us to all go on vacations together and whatnot, but it's going to take some time for us to get there, and that's okay. You gotta be able to accept that it won't come easily, but it will come. So moving forward, 2025, I started the year off with my husband in New Orleans, and I woke up and I just prayed. And this year is all about praying before I make major decisions. We have placed some plans together for our life. I have plans for myself, for my husband, for everything around me and everybody and all things, I started planning and prepping, and I'm very excited and enthused about what's to come. And today is Thursday, January 9th, and my hometown is literally on fire. So I'm just praying, because so far we do have fire and ice, literally. I'm just praying over everything and everyone, and hopefully everybody come out of this strong. There is some hope in the world. I did see some footage where people's houses were being broken into and looted, which is a doggone shame. I got a call. Side note. I got a call yesterday from the sheriff's department and where my business was located previously. Apparently one of the business deposit bag with their money in it was left outside and someone turned it in. We don't get phone calls like this. So of course I questioned the person on the phone. I questioned the validity of it all. And I wasn't sure of, if I should trust the situation. But the more I talked to him, the more I realized it was a real thing and someone actually did turn in the money. And so I helped him to get the number to the HOA manager of the business park where these businesses are located, so that they can get their money. There are people out there who still believe in and practice humanity. I hope I'm saying that where everyone is understanding. There are still people out there with great hearts. There's still a little bit of humanity out there. I'm grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that, especially when people are struggling and particularly financially. Whoever turned that money in, I hope they are blessed beyond for doing that, because that money, I don't know the amount, but it could make or break that business. For whatever reason, my number is listed as a contact person for that business park, and it had been since I moved in there, and I've been a year removed, and it's still so that, sometimes I get contacted in regards to the dealings of that business park. I was able to connect him with the manager of the business park. She's called an HOA manager, and I'm praying that the money is returned to the owner. We're gonna face some bad things. We don't know what's to come in 2025 and beyond, but for me in my house, we're praying, we're practicing being good and kind. And when I use the word practicing for a reason, it comes naturally to me to be kind to people, but sometimes it's a challenge because whatever people are going through, you may be on the receiving end of that, and it has nothing to do with you. And so sometimes being on the receiving end so many times can inadvertently change you into something that you're not and don't want to be. And so then comes your guard and your shield, and there's no room for people to get into it to experience that kindness. For me, I have a guard up. I'm always on guard because of some of the things that I have experienced. And again, has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with whatever that person is dealing with in their mind, in their heart, their fit of bitterness. And all you can do is pray that one day they are healed and far removed from that, so that you can see the rainbow at the end of you can see the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Life is so much better when we all work together. So I've been rambling enough. I hope someone was able to receive a little bit of positivity out of that, or can resonate with that. And the undertone of that is everything is going to be all right. We're going to be just fine. We're going to be okay. And if you need to talk to somebody, reach out to somebody. If you can't find somebody, message me, and if I can't help you, I will try to find someone who can. But in 2025, let's all be better to each one and everyone. It's about to get rough before it gets better. Anyway, I'll see y'all in the next video. Please like and subscribe. Interact with me in the messaging, leave a message. You can follow me on all of my socials. My link is in my bio for everything. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.